Right after Christmas, the students who participated in the London parade trip headed up to the Cincinnati airport to catch a couple of flights to England. Some of the kids had never been overseas before.
Well, I'm really excited. I think it's a real adventure going overseas for the first time, and it's just really neat, and I'm just really excited about it.
Everyone was pleasantly surprised to find out who the pilot was, none other than freshman John Bryden's dad, John. It was a long overnight flight, and the kids passed the time any way they could. As dawn broke over Great Britain, the jumbo jet touched down at London's Gatwick Airport. After the students picked up their bags and passed through customs, they boarded coaches for a scenic bus ride into London. Soon the coaches were crossing the River Thames, and everyone got their first glimpse of some familiar London landmarks, including Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. After a quick ride through the busy streets of London, the coaches arrived at the Mount Royal Hotel where the band would stay for the week. The kids had just enough time to check into their rooms, then the activities began. First, a brief walking tour of the area surrounding the hotel and nearby Hyde Park. Instead of walking back to the hotel, the students and chaperones got a quick lesson on how to use the London Underground, otherwise known as the Tube. The evening was capped off with dinner at a London Pizza Hut, but even the smell of some good old-fashioned American pizza couldn't keep some of the tired kids awake. There was plenty of time for sightseeing on this trip. The British Museum was a popular attraction. The museum included artifacts from all around the world, but the mummy exhibit was one of the favorites.
I like the cases. They showed the inside of the case, and they showed the outside and all the detail that was on them, and there was like all kinds of different colors, and colors I didn't even know existed back then, like aqua and all this other stuff.
The carnival-like atmosphere of Piccadilly Circus was also another favorite place to go, especially at night when all the colored lights lit up the sky. The evening dinners at the Mount Royal were first class. It was a good time to visit and compare notes on sightseeing. The Wembley Conference Center was the site of the first performance. The audience really enjoyed hearing Henry Clay's London Jazz Band. On New Year's Eve, a bus tour of London was scheduled. There was so much to see, the kids really gave their cameras a workout. One of the stops included historic Westminster Abbey, and the bright and sunny weather made the changing of the guard at Buckingham Palace especially colorful.
Really cool. I love the drums, because I'm in the drum line. Love the drums.
The next stop for the coaches was the centuries-old Windsor Castle just outside of London. Everyone got to see how some of England's kings and queens lived a life of luxury. Back at the hotel, they held a New Year's Eve party where the kids danced the night away. At midnight, the chimes of Big Ben were piped into the room to welcome in the new year.
Happy New Year, everybody!
The next day, it was time for the main event, the London Parade on New Year's Day. The parade included a wide variety of entries, many of them from the United States. From gigantic balloons to college and high school cheerleaders, much of the parade had a distinct American flavor to it. Henry Clay's London Parade Band entertained thousands of Londoners along the parade route with some holiday music.
People were really receptive, and it was really great to be able to march for all these people that really seem to appreciate it. And even though I'm in a lot of pain right now, I feel really great.
There was still a lot more sightseeing to do, and the Tower of London was one of the must-see points of interest where the Beef Eaters were leading tours and holding court. St. Paul's Cathedral, with its unique architecture and art, was also a breathtaking place to visit. And some of the students and chaperones even ventured via train out to Stonehenge. On the last day of sightseeing, the coaches took everyone up to Oxford for a visit to storied Oxford University. The next stop was Stratford, where the kids got to visit the birthplace of William Shakespeare and browse down streets filled with shops. What's the deal here? What's with the hats?
We bought them at that William Shakespeare.
Oh yeah, what hats? We don't see any hats. This is our hair.
After a busy week of sightseeing and performing, it was time to head back home.
Bye, Henry Cleveland.